Hey, this is Michael Servino of Kings Road Wrestling, and you're listening to Uncorked with Kit.
It's Kit Osborne. You're listening to Uncorked with Kit episode again. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I know that I'm doing these kind of whenever I feel like it, but you know, somebody asked me what one of my hobbies were, and I said podcasting, because you know it's the one thing that I'm doing, or at least I feel that I'm doing recently. Besides work, wrestling. Working out, I guess cooking, but podcasting has to be right up there at the top because it's the one thing I get to do my own leisure whenever I want. Like I'm my own boss, but it's not a job. It's just me being able to learn something about, my fellow colleagues or people that I've never known before, or I've only met in passing. Or people that I haven't seen in a long time, which was the case with my last guest, with Tony from Hack the Movies. So I have to say that being able to do this, it's my own therapy. On top of what I think cooking is, and I know a lot of people like watching me post every time I make a steak, or I make mushroom soup or something like that. But anyway. So I'm sorry that I don't do this as often. I guess I just can't drink that much. I'm getting older, which brings me to this. My birthday is a week from today. Today is the 19th. My birthday is November 26th. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I'm at that age where I don't feel any pain and I can hang and I can do all that, but I don't want to see the number. There's a 3 in front of it, and then after that, I don't even want to look. So I don't look forward to that. I look forward to the having that weekend, and then on the 28th I wrestle Reed Walker, which will be like the 5th time I've beat his ass, and I'm gonna do it again. And and I look forward to that in H2O. Aside from that, honestly, I have been stressing out a lot. I recently have been finding out that, I'm having issues, man, like autoimmune system, and I feel like I've just been sick for, the last, year. And, no, I don't have COVID, but it's just been affecting me. Affected me in a lot of different ways, and I'm just not used to it. So something I'm kind of going through, but I think we'll all get past it because what other choice do we have? Our basically what we do in life is we survive, but really we're just trying to stay alive as long as we possibly can without feeling like shit, and I think that's pretty much it. Unless you're Schlack, because he just he already feels that he's lived too long. But I digress. Recently I just had a show in New Orleans, me versus Lucky 13, and that was a blast at Poor Boys. Dom, thank you. That was I had such a fun time in the 12 hours I was there. And then I followed that with no sleep, going to the airport. Going to the airport and then immediately getting in my car and driving home. I slept for 30 minutes, which was basically just the worst idea ever. I get up and then I drive to Newark and I wrestled Colin Delaney at XPW at the Hart Ballroom. And that was just so much fun. And I'm gonna 100%, I'm gonna make them. But I spent most of that time with Masada, who, you know, I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, he said it all in his promo, but you know, I really believe with the track record. You know, I'm pro Masada, and I hope everybody can give him a listen. But you know, I spent most of my time with him, and we'll definitely be having a conversation on Uncorked with Kit. But anyway, I just want to say, like, the last few weeks have been fantastic. XPW at Poor Boys in New Orleans. I got Reed Walker at H2O. Tomorrow, I'm at H2O again. And then in December 9th, New Fear City. I will be in Brooklyn. You know, so I got a lot up ahead, you know, but I'm dealing with a lot, and I kind of want to try this new thing. So if you are listening to this point 5 minutes in, which I'm literally going over my own limit, I'm gonna do something a little special. If you see me at the next show after this airs, okay, and you say, shit, I don't even know what I want to. I'm trying to think of it right off the cuff here. If you can answer this joke, okay, if you could tell me this joke, recite it back to me, then I'll give you a free T-shirt, and a free 8x10. All right. So all you have to do is say that. Well, you have to be the first one to do it. All right. I don't have that many shirts left. I also, like, haven't gotten them made either because I'm fucking lazy as shit. But I have a lot of other shit I'm dealing with. Anyway, why did the blind man fall through the well? Because he couldn't see that well. All right, that's your joke. That if you recite that back to me and you're the first one to do it, then bam, you get a T-shirt and an 8x10. All right. So anyway, thank you. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is my long-awaited conversation with the Young Prodigy, Marcus Mathers. Dude, if you're gonna fart, if you're gonna fart on my fucking podcast, do it now. Because if you do it during the fucking podcast, it's gonna kill your whole family.
All right. I'm gonna fart and I'm gonna make a kit, and I'm gonna fart again. I'm gonna go, Mark.
All right. So anyway, how are you, Mark? Little Mark, how are you? Thanks for joining me on my podcast on Uncorked with Kit episode. I don't know, Jimmy. You're here. You're like my co-host now. Every time I do anything that I have anybody on my show, you're usually here. I mean, you're here anyway. There are times where I have you over at night, and then I'm like, dude, I have to get up for work. Just make sure you lock the door. No problem. And then I get home from work, and you're still sleeping.
Yeah, dude. I don't go to bed till like 7 a.m.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Marcus Mathers with me.
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
You know what? I'm doing great. It is about 1 a.m. Just got done working out. Drove 40 minutes to come here to talk to you, Kit.
Oh, I know.
We've been trying to get this for a minute now.
I know, dude.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, you don't have to cut a whole promo about it. I mean,
I'm just saying. Yeah, it's been like, oh, you available this Tuesday? Yeah, and then we don't talk.
Yeah, you know why? I mean, most of it is because of how fucking lazy I am as a human being.
That's true.
I just go, dude, I'm so motivated. It's like I took an Adderall or something, and then I just go, oh my god, I'm ready to focus. I'm ready to get all this shit done, and then next thing you know, I wake up in the morning and I'm tired, and then I have a whole day ahead of me, and then I get home and I go, oh fuck, that's right, I scheduled that shit, which by the way, I'm prescribed. I don't know why you're looking. I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm not. What, you guys want any?
Yes.
Well, you can't because unless you're prescribed.
I am.
Yeah, whatever, Jimmy. All right. So I want to start it off hot here. One of the big questions I don't know if anybody ever brings up on any other podcast you do, but you're a second generation professional wrestler. Like usually big stars, they talk about, but you're Mark Angel's son. and I hope he's listening to this.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
That ashy head motherfucker.
Ashy head.
I want to start it off in a light way. I mean, what kind of guidance did you get from him, Jimmy? Really?
Jimmy,
I'm
on
sorry,
the phone.
Like
that
you
was dumb.
fucking
On the
like
phone,
you do
dude,
it all the
come
time.
on.
What kind of like guidance did you get from him? You know, from when you realize you want to do it too. You want to be like your dad. You know, and you almost honestly you get ahead of the game because you have, you know, your dad there giving you the right, you know, tools.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about it.
That's the best guidance I think I got from him.
Were the tools?
Were the tools, and those tools were him bringing me to wrestling shows since
Yeah.
I was started walking. So soon, you know, I'm sure he was watching, you know, wrestling at the hospital. I come out the womb and it's right there, you know. And then soon I was able to walk. He put me in a ring and I was running around.
I can imagine. He's like, I got a booking. And you're like, dude, it's your son. It's your first son. And, you know, and he's just like, bah.
He probably skips me. No, but I'm really grateful for that. It helped me out so much through wrestling. It helped me, I guess, you know, have a big extra step when I started training because I already knew how to lock up. I already knew the bumps. I think the one bump I didn't know how to do and what was really new to me was a dojo bump.
Okay.
Just jumping up in the air as high as you can.
Oh, like that sky high,
Oh,
yeah.
And I hate it every time.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially you have no adrenaline. It's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not like taking a choke slam, you know, from Kane, you know, and
2,000
you're just,
people.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're in,
in Anthrax stretching the ring. And it's
Yeah.
just, bam.
Yeah.
Dojo bump.
I love the dojo bump.
you're an idiot. No, I know
great
you
bump.
don't. It's a great bump, but it's not like a fun one that you do when you're like waiting in line behind like 15 fucking people.
No way.
And then you watch them do it in each one, and you're like, wow, dude, that ring get like harder. And then next thing you know, like, you know, it's your turn, and you're like,
And
wow,
they all come up complaining about something different. They're like,
Yeah.
Oh man, my back. Oh my head. I'm like,
yeah, and like someone like my liver. Oh my god, you know. No, I mean it's like it's 20 degrees,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the second, which is I wanted to bring up like training later, but you might as well bring it up now. It's just that
We're here.
yeah, because we're here, right? I mean, with training, I think one thing that is we never talk about is all of those places that we're in that if you're training in like February and then they never have fucking heating. Tremont doesn't put any heating on for anything.
No.
I remember that at like CZW at the like arena, they just did fuck that. You guys don't need it. You're fine, you know. And then there's like 20 other people that are ahead of you, and by the time it's you, after you like warmed up and all that shit, you already froze to death. So unless you're doing jumping jacks while you're waiting the whole fucking time.
But you know what?
You better wear your hoodie, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, you're explaining it like hell, and I'll be honest, it is hell. You know?
Yeah.
That H2O Center training for like 2 years, you know, being there every single week, every day. You know, first half of the year, it's hot as hell. You know, you step in the building and you're already drenching of sweat, and then there's puddles at H2O.
Yeah.
It always happens. It's the worst, and then it's disgusting actually.
Yeah,
It's
and
just a puddle of sweat in the middle of the ring.
And they're not even the worst. It's like some of the worst are like those, you know, that don't shower, obviously. And then when it's fucking that hot, you know which ones it is.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
stinky.
when it's...
You know, there's been days like I went from school, amateur wrestling, straight there. So there's been days that I went from amateur wrestling and I went straight there, and I'm sure I stank a little bit, but you know, I made sure I brought deodorant. Deodorant is a key thing, guys.
I would... It's like a PSA.
Jimmy Lloyd.
It's like
deodorant is a key.
Yeah, would you agree, Jimmy?
Yeah. Remember back in like when they would have like them like meetings with certain people, where they would like put it in like group chats like, bring your fucking deodorant, wash your fucking gear,
because it stinks. It honestly smells bad, and it's nasty. And then the smell.
I hate when you like
the smell rubs off on you, and then you smell like shit.
You know what the worst is? When the guy puts you in the headlock.
Yeah, the headlock, and then
I love that, dude.
Dude, I will throw up on this fucking table if
and
we
they're
talk.
hairy.
That was
They're
it.
hairy.
Shut up.
Look, I shaved mine, but look,
All right,
Jimmy's is probably hairy.
dude, stop. I hate.
The second half, we'll get away from the hair.
Oh my god,
The
I'm
second
crying.
half of the year of H2O, right? It's freezing cold in that building.
Yeah.
Like you said, no heat.
Yeah.
So that ring feels like just bumping on the floor. You know, it's terrible.
I think I like the cold better than the hot.
Yeah,
I think so too.
yeah.
I hate like sweating a lot. Like,
But I don't know.
I always sweat, but like a lot.
You
Yeah.
realize,
Puddles in the ring.
you realize when it's fucking cold and you get blown up, that shit fucking
Yeah.
hurts to fucking
Yeah,
breathe.
because you breathe
Yeah.
in heavy,
But
and
it
it hurts your soul.
Yeah, but it helps you out later on. I mean, it's kind of I mean, you know, it helps your endurance and shit later on. But
Oh, for sure.
it's just that I think, you know, with everything we were just talking about, I would rather when you start training, when you first get there, it sucks ass. You're waiting and you're like, can we just like start doing something? It's hard to get started. You know, in the summer, you get right in the ring, you start bouncing around, and then you start getting like fucking hot as shit or whatever. But it's easier to get started in the summer, but yet you hate it. It's like you know what? This is why COVID was such a good thing. Is because I lost my sense of smell, and I didn't have that.
You can't smell nothing right now?
No. I can now. I lost it at one point for like almost a year, and I remember like training a couple times and training with, well, you know, at the H2O, you know, there's some of you kids that definitely
Reek.
yeah. Some of them, you know. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that
Some of them smell like
you know,
shit.
some and you know, COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me that day.
Oh, because you don't have to smell.
Yeah, you don't notice that reek,
lit.
you know. And then I would look over and I would see like Chris Bradley or whatever training, and
Oh,
he
he was
goes,
the
"Dude,
worst one.
how
He
did
stank
you?"
the
Oh,
most.
dude, he smells terrible, and he's always the one that bitches about other people smelling.
Man,
Oh man,
he lifts his arms.
Yeah,
at least
dude.
a line of people
Oh,
are
God.
falling over.
It's like I've never seen somebody bitch more than they smell, you know, and he smells
yeah.
like shit.
But wait, let me say this real fast.
And he also has a small dick too. Jimmy told me.
That you know, with training at the H2O where it's like hot and cold, I'm really grateful for that because that helped me everywhere, everywhere I wrestle. Because everywhere I go,
Yeah.
it's different. It's gonna be cold, hot. Maybe there's AC, but it still gets hot in the ring, you know, or it still gets cold. And it's like I see people in the locker room like, oh my god, it's so hot, it's
Yeah.
so cold. So like I'm happy I had that.
Dude, those
I'm
entitled
good for life,
fucks, you know?
you know?
I had, like, you know, one of the things, I think, I used to complain, you know, and it's also because of, like, a little bit of bitterness, but I think I'm okay where I'm at. It's like, it's the same, like, those that have just, they started within, you know, 6 months, and the next thing you know, they're on, like, AEW.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, in that time, like, they're getting treated like royalty. And I'm not going to say which kind of people are, you know. You know, but those that, you know, that obviously get a certain special treatment or whatever, and they come from this area, and it's like, man, when I see them bitch about something online,
Yes.
or like talk about their hardship or maybe how brave they are, I laugh now, but I used to be like, oh, you motherfucker, listen, you don't even fucking know. You're like,
to be mad, but
and it
now
was
it's
like,
just funny,
and
you know?
all I thought of was like, dude, this is me. As that, you know, when I was your age, I fucking walked 15 miles to school barefoot in the snow, you know, like, and that's like the equivalent of it now. It's like, dude, but like, what's so great about wrestling now?
I would sweat every day at the H2O.
Yeah, they wouldn't allow me to shower. They said if I shower, then you don't get to fucking have your first match, you know, something like that. But ultimately, you know, now the way that I think training works and the way that I see it, especially at H2O, like I think Matt and Quest and when Preacher was doing it there, it's like they do it so fucking well.
Yes.
And what's so great about it even more is that you know, you guys have like this super opportunity, or this more opportunities than like wherever there before. Before it used to be like, hey, you got to get your ass beat for 3 fucking years, and you know, you can't even step into the ring yet. Take bumps on the cement, and also I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend. She doesn't know it yet, but everything rape's fine because I'm dumb. You know, like, yeah. And then and you're just like, oh, okay.
How bad was it when we were training at CCW and they do the bumps on the concrete?
That's insane.
That I did it one time, and I'm like, I remember like, well, Maven was like, This is fucking stupid. and you know, so it is what it is. But you know, ultimately, I love how, like, I mean, obviously you're a perfect example. You know, from what you've done in such a short amount of time, I think you definitely should owe it. I mean, I would assume you would owe it to like a lot of it to like the training that you 100%. Had, and like it's people supporting you, not trying to like fucking, you know, like a drill sergeant. You know, so what is your?
I think that works a little better. You know, the drill. That drill like sergeant. Like I had that. So I don't know, maybe because like I had that with amateur wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was like, I guess I hated it though. You know, like I did amateur wrestling so I could be like it would help me in professional wrestling.
Okay.
So, like, and you know, our coach is drill sergeant.
That's why Kurt Angle did it.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be a pro wrestler his whole time.
One thing's wrong, and we have to do like 30 sprints.
Yeah.
Neck bridges on concrete all the time, running up hills. It's like 10 degrees outside. Like a lot of shit like sucked, and like it helped me so much, like mentally more. I feel like because it's like
it does.
I always gotta finish, you know, and like what I found out.
I do too.
Like,
same here.
A lot of people look at wrestlers like amateur wrestlers like good because they know like. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not explaining it.
Well, think about it.
They get the job done. They get like because of what they like the training their coaches put them through. They work them hard, you know. So.
Exactly. So it really what it does is it prepares you essentially for whatever hardships you're gonna get. Like so, when we were starting this conversation, we were talking about you know, like the temperature in the locker room or whatever. Or when you're getting the training and stuff like that. And, like, people bitch. And, like, yeah, no shit, we bitch a lot. But when you do it long enough, you start getting to that point where, like, it doesn't... It's there, obviously, and you know it sucks, but you just shut the fuck up about it. And you just do it. And it's just another day. You know, it's kind of like if you make your bed every day, you know, you never made your bed and then you start doing it for, like... you know, a month straight or whatever, you just do it without thinking. Like, that's kind of what it is. And I think, like, it's good to have, like, that discipline. It's good to have the happy medium, with also means that you also want to know that there's, like, a light at the end of the tunnel.
Sure. Definitely need the medium.
And I think before, you know, at least I felt like it was for me, like, it was just, like, this constant, you're not going to fucking make it! You're not going to fucking make it! And then, you know... eventually you do, just because you don't like want to give up because you're a stubborn asshole. But you know, for those that aren't, that have all the talent in the world, you know, it's like a missed opportunity. But I mean, you know, enough about like the training, because I'm sure that most people listening don't fucking get up or do anything because they're just too busy bitching about like AEW. For some reason, they listen to me. But you know, whatever.
That's wild.
You know, But to go back to your dad, the one thing I wanted to ask was, so I mean, I don't think it's a secret, but I think you definitely like have like surpassed him in everything. And I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. I mean, well, I am. I've wrestled him. You know, he's terrible. He's actually the shits. But I'm fucking. He's gonna if he ever listens to this. If he ever listens to this, he's gonna kill me. I like love him to death, but
he's cool.
But was there ever any tension in it, or was he like just nothing but support? You know, was it both? You know, like I mean, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you obviously he doesn't want you to fail, but he, you know, I would think this is just for me. Like I wanna hold on. I want to hold on to what I got, type of thing. But I also, you know, want my son to be like, you know, I want him to be a superstar one day, so I don't have to fucking lift a finger, you know. Mm-hmm. But I just like, but I want the praise, you know.
Like that's my nut.
Yeah, like it's like being like a, wow. It's like being a.
I want my nut to grow.
You know, you're the father of Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, and you just put your fucking hands on your hips, looking at your lawn. And then you're just going, yeah, dude, that came from me. And then you're like, yeah, but you didn't. Listen, look at that house. You think which one? Who do you think paid for it? Not me.
But that's sick, though. That's sick. You know, that's still your. It's your
Yeah.
guys.
That's
That's
your
your
seed.
seed. It's your
Yeah.
seed that got you that house.
Yeah,
seed
right.
that must succeed.
But
Seed that must succeed.
so anyway,
I like that.
what are your thoughts? Or I mean, what were like experiences with that? Like how was it?
So I mean, I think anybody who knows my dad personally can agree with me on this one. He's
A bitch, and he's been one for fucking years, right?
He's-
Right.
Yeah.
he's hard on a lot of people. You know, he gets heated a lot, but it's always out of love, you know, and it's because he cares about something too much. You know, wrestling, something may go weird. He gets upset. You know, he gets hard on himself because
Yeah.
he cares and he loves about it so much. So the same thing is like to me. You know, I know that he cares and I know that support is there, but there'll be so many times that he'll tell me something, but he'll say it in a different way, and I'll be like, and then someone else will tell me, and I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. And he's like, I told you that 3 months ago.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
And I'm like,
But that goes with anybody.
but it's hard. But exactly, yeah. I know at the end of the day, it's out of love, and it's out of him he just wants to help, and he wants to see me succeed.
Yeah.
So as like in that moment, it may suck, but then I sit back and I'm like, he's trying to help me out. You know, he's not trying to steer me the wrong way. He never would. You know, he's just trying to help me out.
Yeah.
Super grateful for that.
And that's a good fucking relationship. I mean, you know, it's like with my dad. You know, when I was growing up, took like wrestling away like every time I did bad in school, which is often, because I was just obsessed with it. Yeah. And then when I started training, you know, he started giving me $20 to take the train, the bus, and subway to school or to training, you know, because he knew that I wanted it so much, you know. But like those arguments beforehand were like, you know, probably the reason why I wanted to be a wrestler, and you don't even realize it. It's like in the back of your head. But you know, in your case, like, you know, he is one, but you know, it's just it's one of those things like you combat the people you love so much just because you fucking see them every day. Yeah. Like that's pretty much why. So what, you know, when you got into wrestling, what was your very first goal, like big goal in wrestling, like not your dream, like, oh man, WrestleMania, dude, you know, but like, I mean, like, you know, obviously, like, you know,
third match,
like, you know,
WrestleMania next week.
Yeah. But you know, what was your first like attainable goal in your head that you thought at the age of like fucking 16?
I think this is a goal. I mean, it was a goal for me.
Do you want me to look up the definition of a goal?
Yes, please. Use it in a sentence, please.
Yeah. Please.
It was just to wrestle as much as possible. When
Okay.
I first started out, I just wanted to wrestle as much as possible. I wanted to wrestle different people.
Yeah.
You know, and as much as I can, different places. Obviously, it took me a minute. My first outside booking, maybe like 6 months after I debuted, maybe a little less, or a little after 6, I don't know, was actually at CZW Dojo Wars.
Yeah.
And it was against DK Meadows, actually.
Oh, wow.
So Preacher got me that. It was awesome. But that night was huge for me just because it was, you know, my first time wrestling somewhere else. But, like, that mini first goal was just to wrestle as much as possible. And, again, different people, like, just to keep learning. And we were so, and you guys can understand this because of, you know, Dojo, we had Undiscovered every Monday. So every Monday we were having a match. Like, right now, I'm 3 years, and I have 290 matches.
Oh, so you keep.
I keep track of everything.
Okay. I wish I did that. Like,
I do too.
Yeah, like I know I was just with Ace Austin this weekend. We were talking about it.
He does it fucking crazily.
Yeah, he does it like he keeps his wrist tape from every single match and shit.
Where does he put it?
He tapes the number of match on his fucking thing, but he does it as an extra piece. So then he collects every piece.
Yeah, and
he does like he tapes it and then he'll put like an extra piece over it, and then he'll just write the number on it.
Yeah, and another person who does.
And he writes it into a book.
Yep, and then
I do the book too.
I
I do
really
all the places.
I missed out.
We missed out.
Yeah, I didn't.
We got too fucking lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think to do it. I was just so amazing. I remember the first time I stepped in a ring, I was like fucking amazed to do it. But
Did you have a
another.
hard
No, I was terrified. I was too scared to get hard. You know, I mean, I was gonna say, I wouldn't even have noticed anyway. But
Small.
but yeah, but another Adam Cole does that too. So go ahead. You want to do it?
What?
He
That's what I thought.
wanted to
He
do
wanted
it.
He wanted to do it.
What, baby?
Come on, man. Yeah.
What, baby?
He does that too. I remember him writing in like a book when they did a NBA Maven Bentley Association show or whatever, and I was like,
Were you
"What's
in the
that?"
match?
Yeah, and I was like, "What's that book, man?" You know, and he's just like, "What do you mean you don't have one?"
You don't have one?
No.
You don't have a book?
I'm like, "No, I don't have
Baby!
no, I don't have a fucking journal, you nerd."
See, I just think it's like so cool. Like,
It's cool as shit
love
now.
Wrestling. I love wrestling so much.
Well, we were
I love
fucking
looking
too
back
stupid,
and
dude.
being like,
Yeah.
wow, my 15th match was this. Or my 132
Yeah.
match was this.
Dude, it's your own little I just assume that those
Matt
webs.
Tremont does it actually.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that he
I
did
think
that.
he has
Yeah,
like
he
2
does.
books.
Fuck, I didn't know that he did that.
Fuck, he did.
Yeah, he pulled his book out one time.
Did he? Oh, he was like, no,
Yeah, he was trying to find out when we went to
licking his thumb. Like,
me, him, and Wheeler
Let me
Yuta went to fucking somewhere in Tennessee. We drove there, and then we were talking about something from the trip, and he was like, "When was that?" And then he had to go in his book and flip through all the pages till he
and you're
finally
like,
found
dude, what's
it.
that book, man?
Yeah,
Like,
I want one.
Let me see.
I think that's pretty goddamn neat. And then I guess what I want to ask is, so from when you started to where you are now, 3 years later, how has your mindset of this business changed? Like like when you stepped into
I was thinking about this today, actually.
when you stepped into this bubble that is wrestling, where we all essentially what we all do is it's as simple as how often we say the word gimmick, and like that gimmick or whatever. And I say that to my friends
Me
from
too.
high school,
My
and they
high
go,
school friends
"What the
now
fuck?"
say gimmick.
Yeah.
Because of me. I
love
say it
that.
to them all. Yeah, I've said it to teachers before.
Like,
Oh, that gimmick. That,
Yeah,
my
that
boss
gimmick.
now. I'm like, oh, that gimmick over there, and he's like, whose gimmick?
yeah, what's a gimmick? Like a shtick, Like,
John then.
But it's something as simple as that, and then now like you're so heavily involved in it. It's like it's the people that know me as my real name, which you don't have this problem, but
I do a little bit, somewhat.
sorta.
You're still a mark.
Yeah, you're still
Excuse
a little
me.
mark.
Mark.
But then the people that know me as Kit, it's like more people know me as Kit in my life than know me as who I really am. So
Oh yeah, it's weird when people call me Marcus. I'm like, just call me Mark.
yeah, but I mean that's how you get advertised as.
I guess that's true.
Nobody calls you Mark, like Mark Mathers.
What do you call me? You call me Mark.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
What do I call you, Mark? Yeah, I do call you
Call
Mark.
me Mark.
Huh.
Yo, Mark.
But then when I
All
talk
right,
to
so-
other people, I call
so-
you Marcus.
So
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That is
So it's
weird.
an official thing here.
nickname.
Yeah, he is now the artist formerly known as Marcus Mathers, now known as Mark Mathers.
Mark Mariachi.
Oh shit! He threw his whole name out
Whoa,
there.
shit. So anyway, yeah, to go back. So what is stepping into this bubble? What were what's your mindset and how has it changed?
So I actually was thinking about this today. I'm glad you asked this question. So something where like my mind has changed, and I think we all get this here. Like, I hope this doesn't make me sound bad. I guess,
Probably will.
but like,
Can't wait to judge him, dude.
in the beginning when I first started, like I was really just thinking about myself, and just like, all right, I need to get myself here. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do
Yeah.
this. and I still, have that, but much more now. I've grown to like, even I think just me growing up and maturing. Because I was 16 when I made my debut, 15 training, 14.
Right.
I was still like kid, but like growing up, maturing with wrestling. I really learned to like I love seeing like other people now. I love seeing my friends get awesome things. I love it so much,
Right.
And I feel like I used to like get upset over things like, why am I not here? Why can't I?
Right.
Like, why can't? Why? But I feel like you sit back and worry about that stuff, like that's not healthy at all. That
You're
is
exposing yourself as a piece of shit. Right?
that's bad. No, but
No,
I'm being
you-
honest,
no,
and I'm
no.
proud to say that now because I'm
I'm just kidding.
different.
Well, I
That's
mean,
not-
You grew up as a human being.
Yeah, but do
It's
you
not-
think that you have that feeling because you found success? You've gotten a lot of more opportunities. However, think
I don't
about
think-
let's think about some other people that haven't had any success and at all, and then they've been doing it for so long. Some people that are like Jimmy, like pound for pound, the strongest in strongest in the fucking locker room.
But like,
but I
I'm
mean,
talking about like my like friends, like I guess people like what you said,
Like, you don't want to see Robo the Clown do good.
who haven't had that much success, yet. Like helping them get bookings, like
oh yeah, okay,
like
paying
during
it
the past,
forward.
Year, I was in Kentucky a lot. I learned a lot from Mouse and Rebecca, but I appreciate so much.
Yeah,
They taught me so much about merch and bookings and like what to do, and just how to talk to people. I didn't get that from a lot of people, and I got it from them. So, me coming back, like I got to like push that onto other people and like
Yeah.
like get out there, get your bookings, sell your merch, make your money. Like merch is freaking so important. Like everyone needs to be out because that's the money right there.
dude, I'm
Merch is the money.
That's the money right there. I'll walk out sometimes with
Jimmy. I don't know
150
who the
plus
fuck
in
does your merch. Not like makes it, but I mean, who the fuck does all the work for you? Because like I know that you're not that motivated, and
Yeah,
it
I
like
don't do
bothers
much,
me. And like, cause I'm like, man, I got somebody to design it, and I bought it, and I'm just like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, you know what sucks?
I'm so fucking lazy.
You know what sucks? When you're done wrestling and going to the table.
Yeah.
I love that,
Yo,
dude.
he's the only one
That
that.
loves it.
I
Mark,
fucking
you're
love
the
it,
only
dude.
one
You
that
love going to the
like,
table?
dude.
Oh yeah,
I just,
I
it's
love
like,
talking to the fans.
I
fucking
do
love
too,
it.
but
But I
don't
have the
feel like-
same conversations with the same fucking people, and then I look above their head, and I look above their head, and then I see like fucking, oh, that was a sale. Shit, that guy.
Oh,
you
that
know, and then
blows. That's the worst. But see, this is where you
and I
have
go,
to.
God,
you
tell
have
me
to be
about your
smart.
birthday party again. You
You
know,
have to be
like,
smart. You have to be smart here. You got to be a smart businessman. It's
Oh,
still
thank
a
you.
business, all right, kid. I gotta teach you a couple things. Look,
Ooh, all right.
you see this
Thank
person
you.
come up to you every show, asking for a picture or something random, right? But you see that guy behind him. He's talking about one of your shirts. Just ask him politely. Hey, can I help him out real fast? Because if that person's not buying something, you could talk to them whenever.
oh
Yeah.
man,
Right now is your time to sell the merch.
damn, dude. Yo, tell me more about your life working at like PacSun or like Macy's.
yeah, but you know,
Macy's.
I know.
You work at Macy's.
You know, it sucks when you're like at the end, towards the end of the show, and you just wrestled, and you're like,
Yeah.
and then like it's like about to be the end of the show, and you're like, I don't really feel like fucking doing this right now.
Well, Jimmy hates it because
He doesn't have to worry about anything.
no,
But
he got a lover.
oh yeah.
No,
So it's
He
a
has
P-
somebody up his ass.
Oh man, literally like fist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fist and ass.
Yeah.
no, that's not the only reason.
All right, 3 fingers.
I mean,
Maybe 4.
you know what? I like selling merch internationally.
Because you get to.
It's sick.
It's a
That's
whole-
the best. I love going to C4 and.
Yo, because when you're international, they just I don't know, they treat you like fucking way better.
Because
They treat you.
They don't see you.
Yeah,
often.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
when
like,
you're fucking in the U.S., they treat you like the motherfucker they see every month. That you're just fucking
because most of the time it is like
Joe Schmo fucking coming out there.
we're the Joe Schmoes, dude. Every week. But we go to Australia.
We are Joe Schmo.
We're like sick, you know.
Yeah,
It's cool though. I love it. I love. That was my.
I like
first
interacting with the
international-
people.
My first is C4, and that's still what I have now in Canada.
yeah.
I love it so much. I still love going over there.
6
that-
countries deep.
All right, whatever,
Good
dude.
for you,
Like,
dude.
you know, you did that all while get off me. Like, you did it all while sleeping on your couch, on my bed. Just kidding.
Hey, my show. This is the Marcus Mailer show.
Jimmy, put that away.
Why are you putting that? All right, you know what? So we changed it up a little bit. All right.
Hey, let's change it up.
get
Okay, all right.
interesting.
Since you insist, so let's talk about dating and wrestling. So you know, we've all dated in wrestling. Okay. What was that? Everybody, calm down.
I'm calm.
So anyway, I mean, you know, I wanted to know, you know, well, one, have you? And no, never.
C. Rather not answer.
Okay, cool. All right, that's fine.
No,
And then
okay.
the other is I just wanted to
Yes.
get what's your like from dating and wrestling. Yeah, all right, you've dated and wrestling. So have all of us. It's no big fucking deal.
Yeah,
Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
a
Listen,
big whoop-a-dale.
big whooping Dale. That really got me a lot. Okay, all right. So you know, everybody.
Ripping ass over there.
Every-
I'm not.
Dude, Jimmy, calm down. So anyway, yeah, we've all dated in wrestling. We've all done our shtick, our gimmicks, you know. So
Jimmy, put that away.
you know, what's your within, you know, the 3 years you've been in wrestling, like what's your take on it now? You know, how do you approach it now? Are you just kind of more reserved, like conservative about it? Like, you know, the camera hears everything. So I just wanted to just get your take
Get
on
my
it.
mind, get my taste.
Take.
Your
Oh,
taste.
my take.
Well, you know, if you want
You
to
know,
tell us.
I'll be honest. It's. I mean,
Oh, man,
it has.
this is an after hours Uncorked with
It's about 3 a.m. No, it's 1. What?
It's 2.
Sorry, your clock is wrong. Oh, it's 2. Never mind. Sorry, guys. Can't read.
All right, so
But-
stop avoiding the question.
Fuck.
Stop making noises.
What was the question, dude? What was the question you asked earlier about my dad?
I'm
I'm joking.
And we were talking about dating and wrestling
There's definitely, you know,
with your dad.
ups and downs, but the one
Who's
like
your dad? Who has your dad dated in wrestling? I'm just kidding. All right, now I can back to you.
I don't know.
Stop giving me those eyes, man. I was just kidding. Jesus Christ, don't get all hot about it.
But like, I think the cool, like, I guess the best thing about it is, like, you know, obviously when you're dating someone, it's your best friend.
Yeah.
And when I feel like when you're dating somebody, like, you guys both like the same things. Like, you may love the same artist or movie, whatever, but like something like wrestling where you both love it and you both are able to support each other in it and help each other grow. I think that's pretty fucking sick. And you know,
Yeah.
I like that. I think is the
You
best.
piggyback
That's
off
the
one
best
another.
thing.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
For
not
sure.
not one side. Well, you know, for sometimes it's one sided. Other times, you know, it's mutual thing.
Yeah, and obviously it's like, I guess the biggest down, you know, is, you know, breaking up, and obviously you got to be in locker rooms with each other.
Yeah.
Because if it ends bad,
We've all been there.
if it ends bad, you gotta see them, you know, and you gotta act professional. You gotta, you know, kid. But yeah,
Yeah, well, you know,
I gave you the up and the down. I guess.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
I
dude.
feel. That's the biggest ups
there
and
is,
downs.
you know, that was it. I think it's an interesting topic, you know, that I bring up, and it's not anything specific, but it's a generally it's like, man, you know, dude, you almost like, there are times where you like, I mean, thankfully, like, none of it's like ever happened to me, but there definitely are those people that it has where like it burns bridges. with companies, you know, like especially if a promoter were to get involved, I guess. But
Yeah,
if
very
someone were to
childish.
put a promoter's best friend type of thing, like it could. It's just that there's so many things that could go wrong, and there's so many things that can go right at the same time.
Sure.
Especially if you like older women, and then those older women are in the business, and then those older women might be married, and then next thing you know, you find yourself a booking,
Hey,
overseas, But it's all hypothetically speaking. Anyway, Mark,
Let's get out of this one.
so speaking of, yeah, and then speaking of international, so let's talk about airports.
Airports.
So the reason why I want to bring up airports is like, dude, you started traveling a lot lately, right? And I want to know what the first experience you had, or what was going through your fucking head when you realized, holy shit, dude, I'm about to get on a plane on somebody else's dollar because of professional wrestling that is paying me to fucking do this shit. Like, obviously out of all, Jimmy travels the most,
Ish.
but
Are you happy now?
Yeah, put me over.
yeah, I
Put
mean,
me over.
Jimmy travels the most out of all of us, and deservingly. He's fucking,
sure, dude.
he's fun to watch.
He kills himself.
Yeah, he does. He almost he's died probably numerous times. The amount of times he's died, would be all of the times I could have died would all have been in New Jersey.
I'm like Michael Myers, dude. I keep coming back for more.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not good. Michael Myers just died.
Yeah, but he'll
In a
probably
movie.
come back.
Dude,
Yeah, probably.
dude, oh man, spoiler
Give him a
alert.
couple years.
Spoiler. It's been
Yeah,
3 months after.
Yeah,
It's fucking past Halloween, all right?
Yeah,
But-
come on, guys. It's Christmas time.
but going to the airport, I remember, it's like the first time I ever went on the flight. You're nervous, but then you start kind of getting used to it, and then you start realizing, holy shit, dude! I am going to a new state. I'm going to a city that's really fucking cool. That my other friends, that aren't in this business, that are, either they dream to go to this city, or they plan and they take off.
They plan.
They plan and they take off of work for it to take their family.
Family.
So and we just oh yeah, I'm in New Orleans. I'm in
It's
New
chill,
Orleans this
yeah.
weekend. You'll be in California or whatever. It's like,
This
holy
weekend
shit.
I got Chicago and Milwaukee.
Yeah,
The
the
worst of
fucking
the
Milwaukee. Woo!
worst. Yeah,
I'm going to Florida this weekend. I mean,
Right? Yeah.
on my grandpa's dime. So that's pretty
Okay,
sick.
wait. That's kind of a booking.
Okay.
But so what was your first thought when you kind of retained it at the airport, and you're like, holy shit, dude, I'm here.
I think you retain it when you're walking up and you scan your ticket and you're like, yeah, I don't have to pay for nothing for this. Until you find out you got to pay for your bags.
But then you
What do
gotta
you
hit
mean?
that.
You don't pay for your bags.
Well, I forget, and then it's on Spirit, and it's like,
You gotta hit the promoter up. And
Yeah,
be like,
dude.
yo, fucker, get
Well,
my fucking
Here,
bags.
here's a
Get my bags.
Hey,
Come
here's-
on, man, my
Hey,
bags,
hey.
bro.
Hey, here's a secret. It's called putting it over your shoulder and then having your headphones on, scan it, and keep walking. Because guess what? They're not going to stop you.
really?
Yeah.
What if they stop you? What if they're like, hey?
Then you pay at the gate.
You just keep going, man. And then
Really?
they're not going to stop you. You don't have a gun. You just keep going. And the whole point is that obviously if they do, well, then you're hitting up the promoter. But your objective is to skip through it and then tell the promoter they had to pay for the bag, you know, and then you get an extra 60, you know.
Real quick, before we go into anything. Remember when we went to Milwaukee?
Yeah.
What was there to do in Milwaukee?
There was to go see the hotel that Jeffrey Dahmer killed his first victim, and we didn't do it. And then the other was us going to like a Mexican restaurant that was next to another Mexican restaurant.
That's lit.
And cheese and beer that we didn't do.
Yeah.
We did the beer part.
Yeah, we drank a lot of beer, and then we wrestled.
We sat in the bar the whole time and drank
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, and then we wrestled, and then went to the bar and drank beer during our match.
Yeah, and
then we waited 4 hours to get paid, and then we.
That was Detroit.
Yeah. I'm getting them mixed up.
They all blend together.
They all blend together. In Milwaukee.
That was the La Pinka Lounge. That little
Oh
place.
yeah. I wrestled.
That's where I'm wrestling this weekend. The Pinka Lounge.
Yeah. And I wrestled Marcus. Marcus Crane. I wrestled Marcus Crane, and there's a funny. I accidentally took. I had a headache, and I took a Tylenol PM, and I was falling asleep. I was falling asleep in my chair waiting for our match. Like, we already knew we went over it. We're fine. And I'm falling asleep, and I'm like, why am I so fucking tired? Nothing to help me, and then all I hear, and this is what woke me the fuck up, was, and somebody on the card goes, "Hey, everybody, look! Kit can't fucking hang. MDK all fucking day." And I'm just like, I just shot up. I'm like, dude, I can fucking hang. He was, nah, man. You ain't meant for this business. And he's just like giving me this shit. And I'm just like, dude, I will fucking kill your family.
Dude,
all that.
Dude,
like,
after I lost to Ken Osborne at On Point Wrestling, for the next 2 months.
Say that again. What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
For the next 2 months, Nick
You
Gage
lost to who?
Came up to me and was like, "Hey man, I can't believe you fucking lost to Kid Osborne."
Yeah, dude, he didn't lose. He won that title against me. I know. Yeah, dude. Gage. Dude, he's like a fucking wave, dude. He's he's all the way up there. He's got a title. And then it fucking drops down, and he goes, "Oh man, is that ice cream? Oh man, I can't wait to fucking eat that." And then he just fucking eats it, and then he just goes, "I don't need the gym today. I won the title," And then that's what he does, dude. Dude, I've never seen somebody so motivated, and then at the same time bitch 100 times more than he is motivated.
Wow.
Yeah, are you gonna what?
Really spitting that Gage, dude.
Dude,
You know what?
I've wrestled him twice.
Shit
It's
doesn't
fine.
care no more.
He had him on the podcast.
Yeah, dude, he was drooling on it.
Man,
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, but yeah, he did that when we were in Milwaukee, and that, I mean, I to this day, yeah, and to this day, that is a thing that I say every day, dude, you can't hang, and the amount of things that I steal from Gage, honestly, yeah, this is me fucking with him, but the amount of things that you do without realizing, when you're just having a good time and somebody looks at you, you're like, yeah, fuck it, and you do the MDK thing, you're like, dude, I'm not in a gang. I'm not in that fucking thing.
I do that. I just walk around and be like,
yo, MDK.
My mom was like, "What are you doing, dude? Put that hand down." I'm like, "Murder, death, kill."
Yo, wait, I got a quick story. I was in a fucking, I was at going to buy the weapons with people for GCW, and I was in the hood in Detroit, and I had a shirt on.
How'd you know you were in the hood, Jimmy?
I could tell.
Okay, all right.
Wait,
explain.
how could you tell?
Yeah, how could you tell?
The houses were
Get closer.
up.
Get closer to the mic.
The houses were boarded up, and everything was fucking shit. So I'm in the store, and the lady goes, this is literally a couple weeks ago. The lady goes, "What is your shirt?" I'm like, "I don't know." I look down, I'm like, "Oh, it's a Hate Club shirt. It's some wrestling shit." And then I keep standing in line, and I realize the back of my shirt says "Murder, Death, Kill" on the back of it. And I'm like, dude, "Oh, I understand why you asked me now."
Yeah.
It's a wrestling.
Dude, most of the shirts that we wear are pretty fucking questionable. They either look like they're
I'm walking around rocking the Murder, Death, Kill shirt.
Yeah, they either look like a a horror movie, or because most of my shirts have blood all over it. I have the one Broad Street or whatever, the Bullies, which is the PBS logo with skewers in it, and you're and it's in the blood, and you're just like, wow, man, that motherfucker really must hate PBS.
Yeah.
You know, You're like, holy shit, I didn't think about it like that. And I go to my gym, and there's a bunch of old white people there, and they just go, well, I watch PBS, you know, like do you
PBS lit.
yeah, do you donate? Like, you know, but I don't know. We could like talk about like Gage and
We'll get off topic for 3 hours.
Oh,
yeah, no, we would. So, well, we actually didn't really answer it. It was
Airports.
with airports. Oh wait, I know why we brought it up.
Yeah, you gotta tell your story.
So and I got it from Casanova Valentine, was when I like, I guess when it first like processed that I'm going off of somebody else's dime, you know, and then it gets, you know, it gets normal, you know, that it's not that big of a deal, but like in the beginning, you know,
It's super cool.
yeah, it's fucking cool because like, all you want to do, it was probably when I just continued to go to Orlando so fucking often, and I love Orlando, but you know who goes to Orlando? Families, and families also have a parent that goes to the bar realizing they have a whole day ahead of them, and then I'm at that bar waiting, and then I realize. And that they'll I'm about to
Right.
and then I go, hey, they go, hey, why you going to Orlando? And you're like thinking like, oh yeah, I'm just going I can't wait to go to Universal, you know, I can't wait to see that Harry Potter ride, you know, and then I just go, why am I going to Orlando? Because I'm a wrestler! Somebody's paying me to fucking fly! Like, you know, like all that. And then you get, like, excited. You don't say it like that. You don't want to scare the family.
Yeah, it's a little
You
rough.
know? But you, like, you say it.
The kid's like, go to see Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Kid's like, fuck you! I didn't even pay for this
Yeah,
shit.
did
I'm
ya?
a wrestler!
Yo, both of us have one thing in common, kid. We didn't pay for shit. Like, I'll see you on our Frontier flight, you know? Like, no, but like like Casanova Valentine said that to me, and it stuck with me because I'm like somebody that will go to the airport in my cowboy boots, like, you know, over my jeans, and I just don't even think anything of it, and I just go, wow, I look like a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's fine, because once somebody's gonna ask you, because you're loud enough, you know. But Cass said that, and it fucking made me crack the fuck up.
That's funny.
Anyway, so, you know, as we're cutting it in here, I wanted to ask you,
Cutting it in.
when did you know that, like, this shit was for you, you know, and that, you know, you didn't want to be, like, an architect, you know, a child actor,
A scientist.
a scientist, a beer connoisseur, an alcoholic. Well, you're not an alcoholic yet because you don't drink, but
You get there one day, kid.
yeah, one day.
One day.
But you know, so when did you realize that wrestling was for you? And that pills?
For you.
No.
Actually, like, I have that exact match, that show. It wasn't even a match, show. Cage of Death 14. Matt and DJ Hyde in the cage. That whole show, from like top to bottom, like I was always a wrestling fan, and I'm a big fan of animals. I love animals so much. You know, we're at a freaking pet store now because I just.
He's got a
love
weasel,
it.
a bunny.
I got a ferret, I got a bunny, I got everything. My mom hates me. I gotta just keep bringing shit in.
You just bring okay, all right. You're one of those.
I
So
am,
all the
fact.
women, when we're talking about,
But, so like there's like always maybe I'll be a veterinarian. Like, you know, my mom work at her place, or maybe at a zoo. I always want to work at a zoo, and like, because I didn't want to work with just cats. I have cats at home. Like, I want to work with like a monkey, Or
Yeah.
like a lion or some shit. You ever see those like TikToks of
the-
someone playing like fetch with a lion?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The zookeeper's a pretty sick gig.
It is a pretty sick, you know?
Dangerous, but I mean,
Dangerous,
yeah.
but I'll
Fall
do
into
it,
a
you know?
fucking lion cage.
But Cage of Death 14, being there live with my dad, watching Matt, somebody I knew in that cage.
How old were you then?
Oh, God. I don't even know. What was that, 2014? Or 2012, I think it was, right?
Holy shit,
Yeah,
that's a
2012.
decade ago.
Fill it up, bitch.
All right, Jimmy, Jesus.
I was 9? No, I wasn't 9. I was like 10 or 11.
You're 19 now.
Yeah, you were fucking like 9, dude.
Wow, I was 9. All right, so 9 years old, like 10,
Alright.
maybe 10. Just watching there, seeing the people on that card,
Yeah.
it was insane. I loved it so much. And that show had, you know, like a lot of other CZW shows,
We were all there. We seen it.
it had, you know, it had the hardcore, it had the
Yeah,
comedy,
yeah.
it had everything. So it was sick, you know.
It had Free Trade versus Greg Excellent.
Yeah. Choo choo.
Wow, I
But-
can't believe that was that long
Frank
ago.
Train, dude, he's awesome. I love him. I want to match with him actually. But
Continue.
yeah, it's that show made me sitting in the crowd and seeing how the
Yeah.
crowd reacted. Like it hit me then. Like I want to be in there. Like this is cool, but like that looks fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Watching them with the crowd, watching, you know, like Danny Havoc taking that fucking German
With the
with
ladder
the
around his
ladder.
neck.
Oh my god! Like I wanted to be in there. You know, like that's what I want. That was a show I realized like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. I need to be in that ring.
Yeah.
I need to be performing in front of these people. Just that energy from the crowd and everything. I loved it so much.
Dude, I know what you mean, man. When
Soaks have never had them.
when I first saw, like, I mean, yeah, I watched WWE, and that was it. And one of my really good friends, he's still one of my good friends now. In high school, I started kind of dying off of fandom because nobody in my area really liked wrestling. I kind of, you know, it just wasn't a thing. And this one kid really did, and he's like, "Have you ever seen CZW or whatever?" And I was 14, and him and his dad took me to a CZW show. I don't remember which one, and I remember seeing like Nate Webb, you know, who like I'm fucking friends with now, you know, like Nate Webb when I'm 14, and Gage, and losing my, like, not losing my mind, but being more in awe, because I thought, well, both of them were complete opposite, you know.
Yeah.
Nate, I saw his entrance and I was like, holy shit, like it's so fucking great. Like the crowd is into it. And then I saw Gage and I saw him and I was like,
Super serious then.
he's super serious and like that is the most real I've ever seen anybody in my life. And you know, I think I've told him, but I mean he's probably high as shit and he can't remember shit. But you know, but he's still like Gage, like one of my favorite wrestlers ever.
Yeah.
You know, and I joke about it, you know, everything with him, but like he's still my favorite fucking wrestler, and like, you know, I've gotten to wrestle him twice, you know, but it was those moments when I saw him that was like, dude, this is what I want to do, because if somebody like that, like, he's just fucking real, like, man, I can be fucking real, like I can, you know, have the I don't need to be, you don't need to be showbiz, you know, all the time, and he wasn't. He's not flashy. No. He's fucking real human being, and like people believe what he's saying and stuff like that, and that's, you know, I'm like the in between that, and I think like a Nate Webb, who I adored. I just compared to Gage, like Gage was like the one that got it, but both of them together, yeah,
both were entertaining.
they
That's
both
why
are on,
they both hooked you.
Right.
Two different, completely things.
Yeah,
but they weren't just somebody who walked out for an entrance and had a regular match.
Yeah,
no, they
exactly.
Both had
they were
unique.
they were different. Yeah, and that's what and that's what made me continue going to CZW. And then when I heard, them advertised for tryouts, I was like, I got to do it. And then my friend was supposed to fucking do it with me, and he didn't. I did it alone or whatever. So
same thing. My dad kind of happened with him. He had a friend kind of show him some stuff, and then when he started training, he dropped out. No clue where he is now, and then my dad stayed with it. It's crazy how that works,
right?
It's like that kid kind of helped you out. Like,
yeah, and this
changed
kid,
your whole life.
You were still a wrestling fan. It wasn't like my dad showed me wrestling, right?
Right.
Like, it's not like he showed you wrestling. You were still a wrestling fan, It was like, no, like, that kid got you where you are now.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is. Like, if he didn't...
Maybe I should give that kid front row seats to Mania.
Yeah,
Like
and
that.
I mean, I will, hopefully, but...
Yeah.
But
what was that time
he
you told me
is...
that fucker?
I'm friends with him.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't met him, which is like the thing. Like, I mean, because you hang out with me way too much.
Yeah, I never met the fuck, dude.
Yeah, you never met the fuck. But you'd meet him, and he would trash me, but he would just say my real name the whole time. Essentially the same way that everybody else does. Hey, everybody, look at Kid, he's a fucking bitch. And I just go, oh, you guys are really funny. And I just go, wherever gets your ego going, you guys want a beer? I'll buy them, Yeah, get the fuck out of my face. All right. So we're almost close to close here. Favorite things. We're about an hour in. I'm fucking looking at the side eye. I want to know one, and then I have one last question. I think it's a good one.
Ooh.
But this one, favorite things you've done outside of the ring. What's your favorite experience that you've had outside of wrestling? Yeah, outside, experience from wrestling that brought you outside of it, or outside of your local area. I guess basically it's like your favorite place to fucking travel, or you've traveled, and what did you fucking do?
Definitely right now would be...
I went to Chipotle in Delaware, and it was fucking amazing.
I went to Cordova, and it was great with...
Sit still, Jimmy.
I can't.
It definitely would be California or Florida. Florida, I always went for family vacations, and I love Disney World, I love Universal, so,
What did you do in Orlando? Or did you do
He's
anything?
a child. He went to Universal and Disney.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Well, no, the only time I worked in Florida was Collective. So
You didn't do No Peace?
No, I was supposed to, and then stuff happened. But I was like...
What kind of stuff?
I don't know.
It didn't happen.
You were the No Peace guy, dude. You should know.
Dude, No Peace isn't even a thing.
What is No Peace?
I don't know. Is Jared listening?
I don't know.
Because Jared hasn't talked to me in a year.
Yeah, he answers our texts.
I mean,
Years later. But definitely California. I mean, last time we went probably
Jared right now.
was my favorite time. Me and Dylan McKay went to Disney World. Because I never went to Disney in Cali, so...
Disney World, Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Okay.
My bad. We went to Disneyland. Hung out with Jordan and Nick. Me and Jordan went to the gym. We just did a lot of other things. And that's what I love. I love traveling and doing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to just
I
go
want to
somewhere...
see the area.
Chill in the hotel. Go to... I want to be out all night, all day.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Dude, one of the great things about traveling
Texas
is...
great, too. This year.
One of the great things about wrestling is it brings you the areas that you'll never bring yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like Indiana, the whole story with... that whole story with in Michigan or not Indiana, Milwaukee, right? So in Milwaukee,
You would have never went there without...
no,
wrestling.
never.
I would have never went to Milwaukee.
I never would have went
life.
to Indiana.
No, and I'll never go to Ohio. Fuck
Yeah,
it,
anyways.
So yeah, that's what it does. I mean,
It's awesome. I love it.
it's always those. I don't know. I mean, there's also people that we go to AC a lot, and
Oh, yeah.
but that's not a big deal. But like that's a big deal to others. Like
That's-
think about like
that's a
somebody.
huge deal for somebody who
Think about somebody like Joel,
vacation
from
like
from
every 8 years.
Australia, and he comes all the way down. He goes to fucking AC, or he goes to, New York, and he loses his mind.
Or even people who don't vacation, like regular people. They plan 3 years ahead to go to Disney World, But like going somewhere like AC or like any of that, it's like craziest thing ever for them. And for us, yeah, it's normal.
It is.
It's cool, and I'm grateful for that. I know you guys are because it's
Yeah,
fucking sick
it's something
going to
that like
different
that.
places. I
That's
love wrestling in different places.
it's one of the reasons why we never want this shit to end.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'm older than both of you guys, and I mean, I feel great, but it's just that there's gonna be like that day. What did you fucking say?
No, I said young.
But it's gonna be one of those. There's gonna be one of those days. It's like we were just talking about our cats. You have a 14-year-old cat. I have a 12-year-old cat, and I'm like,
we're gonna
and I'm
remember
like,
that
and I'm
in
like,
30
one
years.
day, I feel like my cat's young as shit, and you said yours 14 is gonna do the same thing, and there's gonna be one day in which it just fucking. And we're gonna go, oh my god, I gotta fucking take care of this thing, and that's gonna be our bodies.
Yeah.
How do you think this fucking shit wear and tears on our bodies?
Well, Jimmy, like you don't stretch or like work out or anything. You have nothing but freak strength, and I just feel as though like I feel fine at my age because I mean I've done so much stretching, and
you haven't done as many bumps as
and
me.
here's something. I mean I don't do dumb bumps.
Well, that's the thing. I was thinking about today at work.
I mean, me saying dumb bumps means, oh shit, dude, he doesn't want to work.
No,
I'll do
You're
anything.
just
Like
smart.
I obviously I'll do anything, but ultimately I feel like at the end of a match or the end of a show, fans, if they remember every match on the card, they remember one big bump
100%.
of every fucking match because that's what the fuck I would remember at
Yeah.
the very
Bump,
most.
spots, moments.
And you see some of these fans like, so, I guess we could do a million things, or we can do one big thing.
But I was thinking about this today, because I was thinking guys like me, like even Nick, even like guys who like just turned 21, or like Dustin, Alec, like we do way more at a younger age. That I think like people who are feeling shit in their 50s for wrestling for like 30 years, we're gonna feel it in like.
But you gotta realize,
5
this
years.
we're the first. We're like one of the first. Like I mean, 2000s was pretty fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
we didn't really get to see it. They're still fucking kicking.
Well, here's the
They
thing.
are.
But we didn't get to see how this. They didn't even do as much. They did crazy spots, but they didn't do as
Yeah, but-
much as we're doing now. So we didn't even see how this generation is gonna go.
but that's
in
not
like
even-
30 years. How they're
Yes.
gonna fucking look
Yeah.
and feel.
Yeah.
But
know
that's
what
not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like right now, the way that you can take care of yourself.
Is by stretching. DDP yoga, dude.
Bang! The way that you can take. The way that
No,
you,
there's definitely ways to take care of
the
yourself.
way that you
for
take
sure.
care of yourself is a lot different than how you would like the fucking 80s, Jimmy, or like the 90s.
Want to take
or-
your vitamins, say your prayers, and drink
yeah,
your
yeah,
milk, dude?
yeah. Take your vitamins. Right, like there's so much more that you can do. There's so many different outlets that you have that it's like, dude, you could live forever right now. Like I feel fine doing yoga, but guess what? Oh man, there's gonna be a day where yoga doesn't do it, and then guess what?
Yoga beat.
I guess I'm gonna be doing acupuncture every week, or oh man, shit. After that, I guess I'm gonna do this like electrotherapy every week, and then after that, I'm gonna just have to see all fucking 4 of them all week and lift and do all that shit. And then next thing you know, you're Jack LaLanne, who's like in his 70s or 80s, and then
Still killing
and
it.
then yeah, and still killing it, and then then you just die of heart failure because you can't stop doing blow. Like that's basically what I'm saying, is that it's not going to be the wrestling that kills you. It's going to be the shit that you do after.
Oh, for sure.
Hypothetically.
No, because you're 100%.
I believe that is. I believe
so
that is
many ways to take care
100%
of
going to
yourself.
get cut and then put on, and that is going to be the selling point of this entire fucking podcast. all right, because we're ending it now.
Yeah,
We're gonna
let's
end
wrap
it
Wait,
it
there's
now.
one more
Fucking bitch
question.
I have one more. I know.
All right.
Jeez.
just
Wrapping
making
it up.
Dude, you don't have to get all fucking hot about
You
it.
said all spicy questions, so I want to
Yo,
hear the
Peter
spicy
Pan,
questions.
chill the fuck out. You're
I
getting
know,
all red and
shit
shit.
myself, dude.
Right. So I'm gonna end it with this like a man. You know,
Man.
I feel for me this is one of those dumb questions that every other dumb podcast has because they just go, oh, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna start a podcast. We're gonna record, and I'm just gonna assume that you're gonna cut a promo for fucking an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna reap the benefits of it. But then we're not. My question is, if your last match was tomorrow, who would it be? Who would it be against?
So, is this like tomorrow I could wrestle Jimmy Lloyd? I can't wrestle John Cena tomorrow. You know, is it like that, or it could be anybody? You
All
know,
right.
like,
Well, then I guess
Why'd
now
you have
we,
to put my name in?
now we have
you're
to
right next to me.
now we have
a kid.
And
Dude,
you're
he's-
free tomorrow.
You said it like shit though.
all right. Now we have to divulge it or divide it. So if tomorrow you could wrestle. First of all, you're not wrestling tomorrow because
You're probably wrestling.
I am wrestling tomorrow. Wrestling Open.
Who are you wrestling?
I'm in an 8-man tag match.
Nice. Sorry, no need to brag.
Yeah, just
So let's say tomorrow somebody realistic, and then also if you're wrestling tomorrow and you could have one last dream match, and that's it. Like you're done. Like there's no Ric Flair comebacks.
wow.
You know, that's it. Who would it be against? So you get two. You get two
All right.
options. Who's your realistic option? And then obviously Jimmy and I are gonna judge whoever you think is realistic.
I think mine would be sick. All right, so like I explained, I'm gonna go with the cool one first because I think you guys will like the second one better. So cool one, if God came up to me right there and said, "Mark, anybody you want tomorrow, anybody, dead, alive, whatever," I would say my favorite wrestler, AJ Styles.
Okay.
AJ Styles. Somehow there's a WrestleMania tomorrow, Thursday. Put me on that WrestleMania at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia in the main event for a world title that I'll win and retire. Nah, AJ could win because I'm done. But that would be dream,
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
and that's still dream now. So
It's still possible.
So who's the
So
real
it
one?
could still happen.
the real one though,
That's the most unrealistic to him, and it's still possible.
Yeah, it's
so
not
now
real.
this real one, watch
I
it be
think-
like impossible. Watch it be like Andre.
um,
Oh shit! Did I spill the beans?
no. The Iron Sheik. No, I'm joking. I think it would be, since we were talking about, Cage of Death earlier, I think it would be
DJ
Matt.
Hyde.
I think, yeah, DJ Hyde.
Dude, Jimmy, dude, it's the same. Like all three of us.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Stop.
DJ
Dude,
Hyde.
I just hate people mostly. Oh my god. Man, if they saw that.
So,
All right.
I think it would be Matt Tremont.
Okay.
Main event, H2O. Yeah, we got the venue.
You never wrestled Matt?
I have. But Matt Tremont main
Oh,
event, put up the cage and let's go insane. Tubes, glass, everything. My last match, I don't care. We'll just go fucking balls to the wall. 30 minutes. Insane storytelling.
Dude,
Last
Garrett,
match.
both-
Goes back to Cage of Death 14. Someone who trained me. Someone I watched and was like, wow, I want to be in the ring with that guy. Like that guy. I think that would be the perfect tomorrow next match. Because I have so many best friends, Jimmy, Dylan, Austin. It'd be hard to, choose one of them. And, I could have an insane match with all of them. But I think with Matt, it just goes back to day one.
Yeah. I think that's a great way. And I mean, both of those answers, perfect. And either one of them, you're going to get a great answer out of it. Um,
What would be yours?
mine.
Yeah.
Teach you high, dude, no doubt.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, jeez.
You and Gulak, right? You gotta call Trips up and let them have one last indie match.
If yeah, right.
It's like Nakamura and Great Sasuke. You have to make the call and be like, "Hey, it's Kid Osborne's last match."
That Jugulak sponsored Brother Greatness from Beyond Wrestling.
Oh, really?
For tomorrow. Yep.
That's sick.
I was thinking that. And it's like tweeted out and he comment, he's like, hallelujah. Like, it's sick.
Obviously I could have anybody. Sky's the limit with me. You know what I mean?
Let me take a guess. I think you would choose Shawn Michaels as the crazy one and Nick Gage as your last one.
All right, well, you just fucking answered. You did. You did. And I wrestled him. Yeah.
Or do you think it's cooler that I guessed it?
Yeah, no, I think it's cool that you. I think it's cool that you
Yeah.
guessed it. I probably would have wrestled Steve Austin instead of Sean, just because I think it would be more fun.
Yeah, definitly more
Because
fun. Brawling,
like at the end of the day, I think
beer.
the whole point of it. I think the whole point of wrestling is, I mean, that's the way I see it is, we're making money, we're doing what we love, but we want to have fun while we're doing it, right? And that's the whole fucking point. We're competitive, but we're still having fun, and the more fun you have, the better it looks, and the better the appeal. So,
One of your minds.
yeah, I'll hear yours, Jimmy. Oh God.
I don't know who. Let's say not realistic. Me and Sick Nick Mondo probably.
All right.
Realistic. Me and Drew Parker probably.
It's fire.
Last one.
Last one with Drew Parker.
Best friend.
Dude, Drew Parker sucks, dude. All right. So anyway,
he's better than you are.
nah, he's okay.
My matches with him have been better than my matches with you.
Yeah, it's because we don't have that much. Like, we
Yeah,
don't have that much stuff.
Kid was just joking, and Jimmy's over here like
Going pow 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 pow.
I wasn't kidding. Drew sucks, dude. I hate it. I hate Drew.
You suck, dude.
No, dude, I do. I really fucking hate Drew Parker. I fucking hate that dude to death. Like, and you know what? I hope he fucking hears it, but I don't like him
He's
as a
not
person. I
listening
think
to
he's a fake fucking person, and I think that like that love that he has, is bullshit. So I'm sorry. It's just it's just. That's just my opinion. But, I mean, yeah, next time I see him, I'm going to be all nice to him, right? Just as fake as he is. So, anyway, thank you. Thank you. Marcus Mathers, everybody. Follow him on...
I did that too.
I stabbed myself.
Follow him on... Tell us all your Instagram, your Twitter, and your all that shit. And then that's
So that way we can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, and then we're going to watch a movie and do whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah. Twitter, Marcus Mathers 1. Somebody took Marcus Mathers, so it's Marcus Mathers 1. Instagram, Marcus_Mathers. I have merchandise, shirts, pins, stickers, bunch of stickers, all on all my bios in my it's a little website, Marcus Mathers at Big Cartel. It's in every bio I have, and yeah, Facebook Marcus Mathers.
All right, cool.
That's all me.
Great. I hope nobody's going to listen up this far anyway. So, all right. Anyway, thank you. You got me really hot at the end. All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right, let's eat some soup, boys.
Thanks,